कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिनी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we have successfully finished 33 slokas in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vishwarupa, the universal form. We have clearly understood how Krishna's universal form looks like from Arjuna's explanations. All the slokas given by Arjuna from the sloka number 15 to 30 in 16 slokas, we understand it very well. Now we are trying to understand more about the purpose Krishna's mission, basically why Krishna comes to this world. We already studied at length in the 4th chapter itself, but now also here Arjuna is asking Krishna, that's why Krishna is explaining more about himself. So in this Bhagavad Gita, with all these slokas, Krishna is giving us the complete knowledge. They too, based on Arjuna's questions. Arjuna asked very good questions, excellent questions. Because of that, when we study, understand the entire Bhagavad Gita, all the 18 chapters, 700 slokas, when we understand them fully, we will not have any other questions for us to ask. Everything is very, very clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita. Our life, everything. So, now with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only, we can actually in this human life, we can make use of this human life, this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who has no knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, so that means they are very unfortunate that they are not able to make use of this human body. This human body is a special machine given to this soul's Atma to make use of our life here. Because when we take birth in this world, especially when we are in our mother's womb, when we are growing, so Lord Kapila, Krishna's instruction, Krishna's incarnation, Lord Kapila himself, so he explains very clearly how as in mother's womb, when we are before we get delivered, how we are struggling and suffering actually. When all the organs, everything is well developed, so we are not even free to move our legs and hands and things like that. It's very, very difficult situation actually. Very, very difficult situation. That kind of situation. Like imagine, like for example, right now, if you want to be in that situation, in that kind of status, that kind of like folding our legs, hands and everything, it's very difficult. So taking birth in this world itself is a very, very difficult thing, very, very, it's a suffering basically, taking birth in this world itself. So even before we take birth, we are just stuck inside the mother's womb. So that's why every child, when it comes out, the child cries for oxygen first of all, and then it's actually the birth itself in this world is a miserable condition actually. Getting birth, that means our body is getting formed. So inside mother's womb, and then we are from there, when we get delivered in this material world, then throughout our life we are actually struggling, suffering inside this material body. So that's what is the knowledge we need to have. We need to get delivered, we need to get free ourselves from this material world, means we need to become Krishna's devotee. That is the only way we can, every day we are studying about this because it is such a very important knowledge. That's why we need to know that how important it is for us to be a devotee of Krishna. Madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapattide. That's what Krishna says. That. Idijnanam tata se chetram tata jnayam. Jnanam jnayam chetram. So everything Krishna is teaching us. So madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapattide. Idijnanam tata chetram jnayam choktam mayanaga. Madbhaktaya etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapatyate. Idijnanam tata kshetram jnayam choktam mayanagam. So this is knowledge, this is kshetra, the field of actions. Then jnayam, this is to be known. All these things, madbhaktaya, my devotees, etat vijnaya, by knowing all these things, madbhavaya, my nature, upapatyate, they will attain my nature. So my devotees, by knowing all these things, they will attain my nature. That's what Krishna is saying there. So if we are devotees of Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, that's why this madbhaktaya is very, very important. Krishna is teaching us. So we should be devotee of Krishna. That's what is very important. So being a devotee of Krishna, then Krishna is saying that Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi Vimukto Amritam Ashnute. So we will be freed from Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi, birth, old age and disease. Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi, birth, death, disease, old age. So Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi Vimukto Amritam Ashnute. So Vimukto means we will be freed from that, and we will actually attain the permanent life. Subha Shubha Paleryevam Mokshashe Karma Bandhanaihi Sanyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaisyasi. That's what Krishna says in the 9th chapter we studied. Subha Shubha Paleryevam. So both auspicious and inauspicious results. That means both good and bad results. Subha Ashubha Paleryevam Mokshashe Karma Bandhane. So freed from the bondage to work in this world. So being freed from both good and bad results in this world and freed from bondage to work in this world. So Subha Shubha Paleryevam Mokshashe Karma Bandhane Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma. Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma means a person who performs all the activities only for the satisfaction of Krishna. That's what is called sannyasa. Sannyasa means Mayi Sanyasya Matparaga. Ananyeneva Yogena Mamdhyayam Ta Upasade. Mayi Sanyasya Matparaga. That's what Mayi Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Dhyatma Chetasa. Nirasya Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasva Vigatajvaragam. Mayi Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya. So Sanyasya means actually renouncing all the activities, means renouncing all the results, means actually doing everything for Krishna. That's what the literal meaning of sannyasa is, doing all the activities only for Krishna. We should not do anything for our own self. Everything should be done only for Krishna. So that's why Krishna is saying that Subha Shubha Palaireva Mokshashe Karma Bandhanai Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma. Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma vimukto mam upaisyasi. So he will be freed from both Shubha, Ashubha, Palay, both good and bad results in this world, freed from the reactions. So freed from this material world. So mokshashe karma bandhani. So freed from the bondage to work. So vimukto mam upaisyasi. So after getting liberation, he will come to me. Mam upaisyasi. He will achieve me. That's what Krishna is saying there. Vimukto mam upaisyasi. So our goal is Goloka. Goloka should be our goal. Krishna's abode. That's where we should go. So in this life, we should do everything only to go there, to go to Krishna's place. So that means we should have this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and we should all the time live in the consciousness that we are the soul. That's what is very important. We should think all the time. We should know very well all the time that everybody is soul actually. This body is made up of matter. People look different. Everyone, they look different. Someone is tall, someone is short, someone is brown, someone is white, someone is black. All those things. But all those things are body. But the soul inside the body is colorless. The soul inside the body is same. It is beyond matter. So we should be able to see the soul. So when we are able to live in soul consciousness, we will be able to see everyone with an equal vision. Equal vision. So that's what we can see, everyone. When we are able to live in the soul consciousness. That means Krishna consciousness. Because we will be able to see also Paramatma in everyone's body, in everyone's heart. So Krishna is there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. So we should be able to see Paramatma. We should be able to see the soul. So we should be able to do all our activities in that consciousness, that everyone is the soul. No one is a body. Nobody is a body. So this body is simply made up of matter and it is going to be destroyed. We have changed bodies and we are changing body and we are going to die and we are going to leave this body. So that's all we know. Everything we know very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is teaching us very, very clearly about it. But now we need to realize with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, all this knowledge we need to get, and we should be able to live in the soul consciousness all the time. So anything we do in this way, it should be only for the benefit of our soul, not just to satisfy the needs of our body. Of course, our bodily needs, whatever is needed, we have to do just for that purpose. That's it. Sariram kevalam karma kuruvan napnoti kilbisham. If anyone who does his or her activities only for maintaining his body, then he is not going to get any sins. But when we are so much attached to material sense objects, when we are running after material sense objects because we are very much attached, so at that time only we commit sins. At that time only our activities are going to bind us, are going to affect us. But if we are just doing our activities only for maintaining our body, if we are just happy, if we are happy with whatever we get in this world, yadircha labha santushto, so dvandva tito vimatsaraga samaga siddha vasiddha ucha kritva api na nibaddhati. So if we perform our activities in that kind of conditions, that kind of situations, then nothing is going to bind us to this world. Kritva api na nibaddhati. Nothing is going to bind us. So that's why with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so we should be able to do every day, every activity only for Krishna. For that, we need to know this knowledge in detail. We should know, we should have the complete knowledge by heart. We should know what Krishna wants us to do. We should know. So this is the knowledge everyone should get. Every Atma should get. This is the knowledge for Atma, knowledge for the soul. So we should not be ignorant anymore. If we are ignorant, then we are going to suffer. We are going to struggle and suffer in this material world if we are ignorant. So we should be intelligent, not ignorant. We should have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, we are not going to struggle and suffer in this world. That way, we know how to escape from this material world, how to free ourselves from this material bondage. So just with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, by focusing our mind on Krishna, by thinking about Krishna all the time, by doing everything only for the satisfaction of Krishna, without having any attachment to anything in this material world, Tyakta Sarva Parigraha, give up all varieties of attachments. That's what Tyakta Sarva Parigraha. So that way, Nirasi Nirmamo Bhutva. So without having any desires, without climbing for any proprietorship, Nirasya Nirmamo Bhutva. So that way, we have to do everything only for Krishna's satisfaction with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We are going to do that. Definitely. There is no doubt. Because we are getting this knowledge. This knowledge will direct us. This knowledge will guide us. This Bhagavad Gita is the Dharma. It is the righteous activities are explained very clearly here, what one should do and what one should not do. So that's knowledge we are getting it. That knowledge we are understanding it. So we are going to do. We are going to act as per Bhagavad Gita. We are going to please Krishna because we are getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So once we get this knowledge completely and every day, we just have to follow what Krishna says. So Krishna is simply saying that you always remember me. That's what. Whatever you do it for me. That way you will remember me. So if you do it for Krishna, we will remember Krishna. If you do it for ourselves, we will forget Krishna. We won't remember Krishna. But if you do it for Krishna, any activity, anything we do, whatever we do, Yat Karosi. Yat Karosi means whatever you do. Whatever you do, if you do it for me, so then that way you will remember me. So if you do it for Krishna, we will remember Krishna. So whatever we do, if you do it for Krishna, we will remember Krishna. So with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge only, it is possible for us to do everything for Krishna. So we are getting that knowledge. And Arjuna is asking very nice questions. And we know that there is a way to go to Krishna. We need to go to Krishna. We should not be coming back to this material world. So that means we need to remember Krishna at the time of death. So that means we need to practice remembering Krishna when we live here in this world. So that way, each and every moment in our life should be fully utilized, should be nicely used, completely used, without wasting any time, only on remembering Krishna. So that means only by doing everything for Krishna's satisfaction. So if we do that, then only we will be able to go to Krishna. Then only we will be able to remember Krishna at the time of death. So that point we should always remember that everyone is going to die. No one is going to sit here no one is going to live here in this world forever. Everyone is going to die. But at the time of death, we need to remember Krishna. So that means we should remember Krishna now all the time because we don't know when we will die. So that way, this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge will make us to lead a life full of bliss, life full of meaningful life basically. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita, we just follow whatever Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That means we are going to please Krishna. That's it. There is nothing to find out. There is no need to find it out any other way how to please Krishna. So just do what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That's what. That will please Krishna fully. And Krishna is saying very clearly at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, you go and distribute this knowledge to everyone and make a lot of devotees everywhere. So that if we just do it, then we are going to go to Krishna. We are going to please Krishna. So that way we are getting this knowledge. We need to give this knowledge and we need to make a lot of devotees. We need to spread this message. And that means we need to increase the strength in our class. So we need to make more and more devotees. So if we aim, if we desire, that's enough. Then Krishna will give us the opportunities. Krishna will create the opportunities. We will be able to do everything for Krishna if we just desire to please Krishna. That's it. We just have to desire. That's it. If we desire, for example, I am desiring right now that we are about 40-50 devotees studying every day. We want to increase this to 100. Krishna will make it happen. Because here we are studying only Bhagavad Gita. We are not studying anything else. Only Bhagavad Gita. So that way, Krishna's mercy, Krishna will keep on giving us more and more opportunities to please Him, serve Him. So we will be able to achieve whatever we want, whatever we desire by Krishna's mercy. So we are in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are understanding about Krishna's universal form, Viswarupa. When Arjuna asked the question to Krishna that, who are you? I want to know about you and what your mission is, because I don't know why you have come. So like that, when Arjuna asked, Akyagi me ko bhavan ugra rupo deva namostute deva vara prasita vignatum ichchami bhavantamatyam nahi prajanami tava pravritti. At that time, Krishna said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, I am the great destroyer of these worlds. Kalosmi lokakshayakrit pravriddho lokan samahartum niha pravrittaha rute pitvam nabhavishyanti sarve ye avastitaga pratyanikeshu yodaha. So I have come here to destroy everyone except you. So from both the armies, everyone will get killed except you. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. So then Krishna continued in the next sloka what we studied. In the sloka number 33 we studied. Krishna said that tasmat tvam uttista. Therefore you get up. Tasmat tvam uttista yaso labasva, and gain fame. And gain fame by conquering your enemies. Jitva satrun Bhungshwarajyam samriddham. So then you can enjoy this kingdom. So that's what, by conquering your enemies, you can enjoy this kingdom. Mayai vaite nigattaga purvameva. All this, everyone here, everyone is killed already by me. Mayai vaite nigattaga purvameva. Nimittamatram bhavasavya sachin. You just become an instrument, O Savyasachi, O best among in shooting arrows. So Savyasachi, Nimitta Matram Bhava Savyasachi. So now in the next sloka, what we are studying, in this sloka number 34, Krishna is continuing that Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadradam cha Karnam tatanyana piyoda viran Maya katam stvam jagima vyatista Yuddhasva chetasi rane sapatnan. Dronam cha, Bhishmam cha, Jayadradam cha, Karnam tatanyanapi yodaviran. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other chiefs, other kings, other chiefs, yodaviran. So everyone, Anyan, Tata Anyan. Anyan means other chief, other great soldiers. That's what they, all of them actually, Maya Khatams, they are already killed by my arrangement. They are already killed by me, Maya Khatams. Tvam Jagima Vyatista, you don't get disturbed. You don't be worried. There is no need for you to lament. There is no need for you to get disturbed. So they are already killed by my arrangement. They are already killed by me. Maya Khatams Tvam Jagima Vyatista, you just fight. You just fight. Jetasi Rane Sapatnan. You conquer your enemies. Jetasi. You gain victory. You conquer your enemies. You just fight. You just shoot arrows. That's it. They are already killed by me. That's what Krishna is saying. Arjuna told Krishna in the second chapter. Arjuna told that in the second chapter, in the very fourth sloka itself, Arjuna told Krishna that Katam Bhishmam Akam Sankhe Dronam Chamadusudana Isubigi Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudana. So how can I counterattack with arrows? That is Drona, my teacher, and Bhishma, my grandfather. They are all worthy of my worship. Pujarha Varisudana. How can I counterattack them with arrows? When Arjuna asked that question, here Krishna is telling in the 11th chapter, sloka number 34, Krishna is very clearly telling Arjuna that they are already killed by me. You are not killing them. I have already killed them. Bhishmam cha Dronam cha Jayadradam cha Karnam tatanyanapi yoda veeran maya khatams. They are killed by me. Tvam jahima vyatista. You don't get disturbed. You don't get worried. You don't worry about anything. They are killed by me. You just shoot arrows. That's it. Yuddhyasva jetasi rane savatnan. You just fight and gain victory. So your victory is decided. So Krishna has decided Arjuna's victory. So you just conquer your enemies. Jetasi. Jetasi means you just conquer. Sapatran, your enemies. You just conquer your enemies. So your victory is already here assured. So that way, we just have to do everything for Krishna, and Krishna will do everything. Krishna will make sure that we are always victorious. There is no doubt about it. We just have to do everything for Krishna. That's what is very, very important. We just have to fully depend on Krishna. So by Krishna's costless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 34 in the 11th chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.